18-year-old girl hit while crossing in a crosswalk. The lights were flashing, but the car failed to stop, sending the girl several feet into the air.
As the teen recovers from her injuries tonight, her family is looking for answers. Records show the driver walked away with a ticket for $166, and the police report noted he smelled like alcohol. Here's 10 Investigates' Jennifer Titus.
This is not busy at all for this crosswalk.
For Jamie,
She hit the button and then she waited for all the other cars to stop.
she knows this crosswalk pretty well.
He came and slammed into her here.
It's down the street from where she lives,
She flew all the way over here and ended up right here.
and the same intersection where her teenage daughter was severely injured just weeks before.
What hurts on you, sweetie?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
What hurts on you? Can you just grab witnesses?
Body camera we obtained shows witnesses telling deputies on scene
So we were stopped here with this truck stopped. We were in the next lane over. Lights were flashing.
Jamie's daughter started to cross the intersection. Nearby surveillance video shows a car hitting her, sending her feet into the air.
They're saying that the lights were blinking when she started crossing, so he might be under the influence too. So.
In the crash report, the deputy wrote the driver did have a slight odor of alcohol emitting from his breath. It's why the driver was given a horizontal gaze nystagmus test, but that was it. As noted in the report, the driver did not show any signs of impairment.
If you elect to pay it, you can just mail it in this envelope right here. Okay? Just mail the $166, okay?
Actually, one of the sheriff's officers who was doing, I guess, part of the investigation came to the hospital to follow up on her injuries, which I appreciated. And so when he came and talked to us, that was my husband's first question was, the guy who hit her, was he drinking? And the cop said, yeah. He readily admitted that he had been. And they admitted they could smell alcohol. And that really floored us. That then he told us, he said, yeah, and he got a $166 ticket for that. I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Jamie says she couldn't believe that a breathalyzer was not given to the driver after the deputy noted smelling alcohol.
That someone who admitted to drinking and then severely injured a child wouldn't have been given a breathalyzer on the scene. I was shocked. Shocked, actually.
We took that shock straight to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, asking them the same question. Why was a breathalyzer not given? They wouldn't talk to us on camera, but tell us in a statement that says in part, in this case, the deputy conducted a preliminary investigation and determined there was no evidence to warrant further investigation and there was no probable cause establishing impairment. A breath test is generally conducted post-arrest, and in this case, there was no evidence that a crime had been committed.
I have a very deep respect and appreciation for law enforcement. No doubt about that. And if the officers were operating in the bounds of their guidelines and their procedures, absolutely fine. I don't fault them. I fault the guidelines and procedures. Maybe those are what should change.
Florida statute states if an officer believes a driver under the influence has caused a crash involving serious bodily injury or death, the officer shall require the person to submit to a blood test, but there has to be probable cause. Jamie believes there was, based on the officer's report.
We asked the police officer that when he came to see her in the hospital, if what would have had to happen for this to have been taken more seriously. And he's like, well, if she unfortunately had died, then, there would have been a lot more investigation and a lot more done. And yes, thank God that it didn't go that far, but why should it have to? For there to be a change.
We also uncovered a petition where another Florida mother is pushing to change that statute and remove the probable cause requirement after her son Clayton was killed in a crash. The driver never had a toxicology or breathalyzer test done.
There were so many good Samaritans that helped her. It was amazing. One of her shoes ended up over here in the retention pond.
For Jamie, she hopes that lawmakers look at the petition and incidents like the one involving her daughter.
You guys are going to all children's?
And make changes.
I did check your eyes, like I said. I could smell a little of the alcohol coming from your breath when I first made contact with you. This could have turned out a lot worse, okay?
And Jamie's daughter continues to recover from her injuries. Mothers Against Drunk Driving also supports changing the statute. We'll keep you updated on the push for changes. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.